McCain Library is actually the second library building on campus. The first one was a Carnegie Library that started about 1911 on the main quad. Obviously is no longer there, and the collection was growing, so in the 30s the college was building some new buildings. We were finished in 1936, and about 20 years later, when President McCain retired from the college, the building was renamed from the library to McCain Library to honor that president when he retired. And there was another major renovation in 1974. They worked on some air conditioning and made some cosmetic changes to the main reading room. And then about 22 years ago, from 1999 to 2000, they completely moved out of the building during that academic year and operated out of a trailer. But for the better part of almost 2 years, they completely renovated this building, added on to the back of the building, almost doubled in size, added a lot of new technology, and then reopened in January 2000.
The first time I walked in, I thought, wow, it looks like what a library is supposed to look like. What you think of is big arches in the main reading room and a fireplace and tables and obviously lots of books. I supervise 3 full-time staff members, and I oversee aspects of ordering items for the collection, handling our e-resources, database collections, also seeing excess services, so reserves, collection development, different areas. Like, I think right now it's a duality between, there's a lot of respect for libraries as places where you can come in and basically for free you can use the space, use the resources. There's no judgment about who you are, what you're using, or why you're using it. On the other hand, though, I think there's a lot of criticism of libraries by those who feel that resources are being made available that shouldn't be.
My grandmother and my mother were both Agnes Scott alumni, and my grandmother went back to get a master's in her 40s and became a public librarian. But I had never thought when I went to college that I would be a librarian myself. And I worked for a College of Art library when I moved back to Atlanta as a support staff member in the checkout and interlibrary loan area, and was interested in perhaps going on into libraries as a career. Then worked in public libraries for 4 years after I got my master's. And then switched to academic libraries. I was always very happy to come back to the women's college environment. And with the other library staff here, we are all certainly very interested in being student-centered, serving our students, getting our ideas for any changes and innovations from the students. We meet once a month with an SGA liaison.
I have loved libraries since I was a child. I still remember getting my first library card. I remember talking to librarians about book selection and things I was reading. Since I was began college, I've worked in a library. Being able to go into a building every day that's filled with books, that's filled with knowledge, that's filled with people seeking to improve their understanding is amazing. It's like I learned so much from students, faculty, staff, from everybody I work with. And when you add that to just the physical setting, just being around all these amazing books and resources and all the equipment we have and everything else that we offer, it feels like you're part of something that's not hurting others, that's uplifting others.
Being able to have librarians here at a college library / public library to Decatur as well was really impressive, because most of these librarians are legit. I am double majoring in English creative writing and history. History ties more into the library science world, as a lot of libraries have history to them, whether they're college, public, or private. I would not mind being a librarian, whether I become a professional librarian or not, because I like helping people. I like educating people. I like, showing people what they can do beyond school and education if it's not accessible to them.